is Ben, Liam and Belle on Nova.
G'day there, podcaster.
Yep, this episode's called Ben's Having a Baby.
There was lots of things we could have called this one. There was a lot of funny things said, particularly around Belle's possum story.
But also around, what was it? Eating bindies and
playing with
threading
Scoobies.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, Belle. That was something that I said, so I appreciate that you thought that was. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So basically, Ben's having a baby. Like it's not like a big poo or anything. It's like a real baby.
No one was thinking that.
No, but they might think, it's clickbait. Like we're silly all the time.
Well, that's
the
the
podcast.
thing. Now
I
it's
laid a baby.
Well, now we've also,
it's
I guess,
ruined.
for people that didn't see it on socials, now it's ruined, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all right. Well, look, that's coming up. Belle tried to save some roadkill.
Well, you say save, but we think she curbed something.
I tried to... Ben!
I accidentally ruined someone's wedding. All of that coming up in today's episode. Enjoy.
Hey, look, we're still new here in Melbourne. Liam and I particularly, Belle, you've been in Melbourne your whole life, except for the last couple of years. So we're all still getting to know each other. But I got to a pretty exciting milestone in my life in the last couple of months. So I've been with my wife, Sam, now for 8 years. Got married last year in April. Went away on a honeymoon in November. And whilst we were on our honeymoon, pretty exciting announcement, my wife Sam and I are having a baby.
Hey!
Yep, pretty exciting.
And,
baby number one.
And how's that? Pregnant on the honeymoon. Doesn't miss a beat. Stallion.
Well, they can actually trace back the conception date.
It's funny because... I feel like I know when the conception date is. Because,
why do you know that?
No, I know. It's weird. It is weird, but... When we found out the news, Ben, you broke the news to us last night. We came to your house. It was very exciting. Yeah. And in the car on the way home, my fiance and I were like, okay, so, all right, so they're saying it's due in July. Mm-hmm. We were doing the math, and we had a theory that the conception date was the night after Sarah and I's engagement party, potentially.
No, when was that?
Okay.
Why do you think that night?
It was like the end of October. It's the dates sort of seemed like they lined up.
What, you think you came out of your engagement party and went, wow,
No.
making a baby.
No,
you, Liam.
I know, but I'm just, they were having a good time that night. I saw them leave together.
So when you get the first scan, out for us it was around the 7-week mark. So this was the first official scan. They can trace it back and tell you the exact day you got pregnant. It was my birthday. Nice.
Okay.
But no, what was lovely was I did invite you guys.
You could do that mathematically because it's the one time a year.
You're married now,
you
so
you didn't have to be a betting man to work out. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So I did invite you guys around my house last night. Liam, you also had your partner Sarah there. It was quite lovely. We had like the microphones kind of hidden recording it. And we said, hey, got some news to tell you guys. I had the photos of the ultrasound, and this was the moment I showed you guys the photos.
Oh, no way.
Oh my god,
No.
Oh my god.
Made it. Oh, man. Oh, wow.
Oh my god! Thanks so much. Oh my god! Thank you.
It's not time to meet.
Beautiful moment. I mean, I'm still buzzing from the whole thing. I have been so excited for you. I know, Belle, you feel the same.
As you can hear in that audio, I started crying straight
just
away.
tears.
Yeah, it was very beautiful. My wife Sam, Belle, you were crying. Sarah, your partner was crying. Liam, you were like Stifler though. You were like, no effing way, dude.
Yeah, I must admit, I didn't realise it was being recorded. I had a mouthful of chips. I was like, no, it's water. I'm like, oh god, I'm such a bogan. Like, I wish I was like crying or something, but I was like, I was celebrating like I was in an American college or something like that. That's for sure.
And we did want to get you a little something, Ben, to say congratulations.
Yes.
Thank you. Do I open this now or is that rude?
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. That's we don't know if it's going to be a little boy or a little girl. Either way.
No effing way, dude.
Yeah.
Port Adelaide merch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for the baby,
For
not
a baby.
Still pretty cool.
It's a Port Adelaide little dummy, Port Adelaide little onesie.
That's very
One
cute.
day you might have a little Aaron Phillips or a
God, I hope so.
Travis Boak. I don't know.
My great uncle played for Port Adelaide.
Yes.
There
So
you
maybe
go.
they'll be a Port Adelaide
There
player.
you go.
Well,
Very cute.
You'd hope so. Otherwise, you'd be very disappointed, I'd imagine. Ben's just made the huge announcement that him and his wonderful wife, Sam, are having a baby. There is a video on the Ben Lehman Belle Instagram of the moment he revealed the scans to us. Belle was crying. I was eating some chips at the time. I didn't know what was going on.
Well, I'm glad that you guys reacted the way you did because, there was tears. It was very emotional. It was very lovely. It didn't go the way I planned when I told Mum and Dad for the first time. So, because we're on our honeymoon when we found out, we had a little bit of time to figure out how we were going to tell our parents.
Obviously, you want to plan something specky.
Yeah, and so we're like, how do we do it? And we ummed and ahed and had a few different ideas, and we ended up deciding, so I've got a dog called Finn, and we said, we'll get a bandana for Finn, and it said, I'm going to be a big brother. Like, that's kind of cute.
That's cute.
So we got the bandana for Finn, and it said, I'm going to be a big brother on it, put it around his neck. We went around Mum and Dad's house when we got back from the honeymoon, and we got there, and Finn jumped out the car, ran up to Mum, gave him a pat. She didn't read it.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, okay, no worries. Half an hour went past. She was in the kitchen at this stage making dinner, and she still hadn't read it. And I was like, Mum, you might want to read Finn's bandana. And she's like, oh, not right now, love. I'm in the middle of dinner. And I was like, Mum, you really want to read the bandana? It's pretty important. And she was like, okay. So she's like in a huff about it. And then she's got bad eyes because she's getting older. So she went to go read it, and she went, you're going to be on Big Brother.
Congrats, Ben.
No, you're having a grandchild, Mum.
Yeah, right.
She thought she was going to be on Big Brother.
And then, so was she disappointed when she found out you're not going to be on the new season? Oh, you're kidding. I love hot dogs. She's my favourite celebrity.
What about your dad? Because he's hard as stone.
Yeah, Dad was like, oh, congratulations, mate. Yeah, he didn't give him up.
Well, that's the thing, because your older sister has kids, so I guess it's not, sadly for you, it's not as novel for them at all.
100%. They got 4 grandkids already.
That is funny, though. Sometimes, it sounds like you guys had too much time to think about how you would do it, and then you it's written on the dog's bandana, and they're like, what, you're getting a new dog? Like, what's going on?
So we did have the 12-week scan last week. It's crazy how much you can see in an ultrasound. Whenever I've seen, so as a 29-year-old man, whenever I see ultrasound photos, I just see a little blob. I don't actually see what I'm seeing. But now, as a father, I'm seeing what the baby looks like. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a special blob.
Can you actually, because they point it all out?
So much.
It's funny because I've seen the scan, and you can see it's kind of like the silhouette of a little Ben already.
Yeah.
There's a famous Harvey chin, and you can see that on the baby.
Yeah, it's wild. They can zoom in so far on the ultrasound that I could see the baby's brain. They can zoom in through the baby's head, and you can see the baby's brain.
Are you doing one of those 3D ones, though?
No.
Can they 3D print it out these days? This is what your baby's going to look like.
No, so you get the scan. I think with the ultrasound at the 20-week scan, you can see the gender, but you can also get the blood work done. So we got the blood work done to find out the gender because we wanted to start planning. We wanted to nail down the names.
If you want to paint the room, that sort of stuff.
And so we have found out the gender, and Sam and I were like, well, let's just tell everybody so then everyone knows. So pretty exciting. So we are going to be...
What are you doing?
I'm going to reveal the gender.
No, you can't just you just only said you're having a baby.
Yeah.
You got to drip feed the announcements.
I don't want to drip feed. I'm not a drip feeder.
No. I mean, you got to do a gender reveal or something. You got to bring some balloons in.
If you know Sam and I, we are the last people to do a gender reveal.
Sorry, sweetheart.
Ben knows the gender. We got to do a gender reveal to him.
It's 2023, and it's it's not all about you. Some people, so your baby's not all about you. Okay, some people want a gender reveal,
You want a gender reveal.
I put my hand up. Anyone else in the room? Anyone?
No one's put their hand up.
Some people are texting in on 0400 310 100. They want some.
I am not going to do a gender reveal.
Okay, I'm happy to arrange it for you. We'll get some. We'll do something spectacular.
No burnouts.
Those videos are pretty cool, though. The ones where they get the high-performance cars, doing a skid, and then there's pink smoke coming out of it.
Yeah.
As long as it's just not a balloon being popped with stuff, then okay.
No, it's going to be a more higher production value than that.
Right, so
we're obviously going to need some money through the Nova team. But
so you're not going to let me do a gender reveal?
I will. If you hang on, so I don't know what. So you know what it is already, right?
Yeah, I know what it is.
You. All right, I'll sort it out, and then I'll get you to tell someone else the colour, because I don't want to know until the moment. I want it to be revealed to me in a more spectacular fashion than you saying, "Oh, it's a girl." All
right, Melbourne. Well, look, I'm sorry. I want to tell you right now. Liam wants to do a gender reveal.
We're going to do a gender reveal, guys.
This week.
Yeah, this week. Okay. Yeah, well, it's going to be big. Watch this space.
All right.
Whatif.com helps Aussies make the most out of every trip. Book a hotel, flight, surfboard, and snorkel all before you can
can say brekkie buffet.
Jump on the What If app and get started.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Someone tried to burn me over the weekend. This girl, she was in a pack, and she snuck over and she went,
When you say a pack, do you mean with like other girls?
Yeah, do you mean just
Yeah.
a group?
well, yeah, a pack, a group of people.
Liam clearly felt very threatened.
Yeah, they were very intimidating, these ladies. Anyway, she came up and she's like, "Oi, where's Liam?" And I'm like, "No, you cooked it." You meant to say, "Oi, where's Ben?" Because I'm Liam. Okay. And the branding's changed. You're supposed to say, "Where's Belle?" as well, because Belle's on the show now.
I was in the pack.
But
I was
it's
there.
funny, as soon as she was like, "Oi, where's Liam?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, I mean Ben. I'm like, "No. You got to come in confident and you got to nail it. You got to get the names right if you're going to try and pay me out."
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Good morning to you, Tom in Murrelbark. How was your weekend?
It was lovely, thank you, Val.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear, Tom. And you did get. We were talking about the names earlier. You did get the names right, which is great to. It was just great to hear. Do you know who's talking right now?
I think that's Lexi Saber, isn't it?
Oh my God, that is a deep cut.
Wow, okay.
Tom, do you listen to the podcast perchance?
I do.
That makes a hell of a lot of
Yeah,
sense
right,
because
right.
you referred to the name I went by when I was in a band called Love Saber around the time I was 17. That is
We're going to
something.
go down that hole right now.
I don't think it's the time or the place.
yeah, just know, though, that's a real deep
That's
cut.
such a deep cut. Well, Tom, I really appreciate you because obviously you've listened to a hell of a lot of podcasts. Anyway, let's kick into the quiz. Novak Djokovic and Alex de Minaur are playing a massive AO clash tonight at Rod Laver Arena. I know this because I'm a tennis guy. What country is Alex de Minaur from?
Oh, no.
Really?
It's a tough one for the 610
it?
quiz.
Yeah.
De
I'm not a
Minaur?
tennis guy like Liam, but
We
Yeah.
normally do like spell tennis.
Yeah,
I
okay.
must admit, I feel ashamed to say, but I saw this question and I got it wrong.
De Minaur's he's marching on. Put it this way, Tom, you'd be proud of him. What country is he from?
You basically gave it to him on a
Australia.
plate.
He's from Australia. Well done. No, I like him. He listens to the podcast. E-scooters could be here to stay in Melbourne. What does the E stand for
in what, sorry?
in e-scooter?
Electric.
Bill Gates is in Australia holding meetings with PM Anthony Albanese. In which year was Windows 95 released?
1995?
Oh, he's bloody good, this guy. TV sitcom characters April Ludgate and Leslie Knope were reunited on the weekend on Saturday Night Live. What comedy were they from?
Parks and Recreation.
Great
I
show.
wouldn't have got that one. I haven't seen that show. Is it good?
It's up your alley.
Yeah, it is good.
All right, might have to get onto it, Ben and Belle. Astronaut.
Thanks, Liam.
Thanks, Alexis Zaber.
Sorry, we've had some meetings where they say we've got to use our names more, Tom, because no one knows who we are. So.
And then Tom comes on and does a deep cut from 2007.
Every time I try it on, I get roasted, so I may as well just go, cheers, bros. Okay, brother, let's kick into it. Astronaut Buzz Aldrin, the second person who walked on the moon, got married on the weekend on his 93rd birthday. Gross. Can you finish these lyrics?
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie.
That's Amore.
Must be an Italian guy. Very good. Very good, Tom. Well, thank you so much for playing with us this morning. You are in the draw for Nova's free for 23. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? $1,000 in your bank account every week for a year. You also get to pick the next song we play.
So, would you like to hear this one this morning?
She likes me for me, not because I hang with Leonardo or that guy who played in Fargo. I think his name is...
Or this is option 2.
Just sit down night, dancing free until the morning light. Together forever, 'cause this is your
What are you vibing, Tom?
We're going to have to go song 1 there, I reckon.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's... I think some of the sloppier options we've had, to be honest. Is that rude of me to say?
No, I think the one we're about to play is a great song. Both great songs.
Yeah, I mean, not for me. But I don't want to bring the mood down.
We just did. Liam.
Too late for that. Guys, on Friday night, I witnessed a hit and run. It
God.
was awful. It was as I got off the tram at the top of my street, And I'd been out in Richmond for a bit, and I was just going to stroll down my street, just get home, really excited just to kind of be done with the night, and then this whole thing unfolded.
Had you been on the Source in Richmond?
Yes.
Okay.
The Richmond Club Hotel does very nice cocktails.
You weren't the one driving, were you? I witnessed a hit and run. You're trying to cover your tracks.
Liam. No, but I got off the tram and I was walking down the street, and I watched a car go down my street. And my street's pretty steep, so everyone kind of just rolls down there pretty quick. And as they were gliding down, a beautiful little possum ran out from down a tree.
A lot of possums.
Ran onto...
Yeah, a lot of possums in Melbourne.
Is there more? Yeah, there is more than...
More possums than,
In fact, I would say in Adelaide my entire life, don't think I ever saw a possum.
Really?
I never saw a possum in the wild. I thought they were thinking cartoons. But now, I've seen more possums in the last few weeks than I've seen in my entire life. I can assure
true.
you of that.
I do have a whole family outside my bedroom window, and I thought that was normal. No, so I saw this beautiful little possum run across the road under the street light, and I watched the car sadly go over him.
Oh.
And so me being me, I immediately ran over, and the poor thing was struggling and died. And there was all this this pool of blood coming out and everything, and I didn't know what to do, so I was standing there, and I had stiletto heels on, so I pulled my heels off.
So you finished the job?
Ran over. Ben! And no, Ben! I swear to God, I watched you clicking on your computer, and I knew you were getting something up.
Gee whiz.
And I like to think the best of you sometimes and think, surely he won't, but here we are. And so I tried to help him, of course, and I didn't realise that underneath where the blood was coming from was, obviously an open wound. So I stuck my hand.
What do you mean?
What do you
Belle?
think you were going to do?
You're not a vet.
Dr. Chris Brown.
Also,
You
I
don't
wanted-
have a scalpel.
I wanted-
You're blind coming home from Richmond Social.
So-
What are you gonna do to the? I appreciate the
my
thought.
thinking was, because my street's quite narrow, someone was parked on the other side, so everyone was going to drive that bit. So the next person was going to come and just, run
Finish
over
it
him.
off.
Don't stop saying that.
Well, that is the best case scenario,
And
I
so
think, for
my
that
thing,
poor animal.
No, I just wanted to move him onto the nature strip and put him under the tree
So
and,
he could
and
die
get him
slowly.
Well,
Die
so
a
the
hero's
problem
death
was,
under a
Under
tree.
the oak tree.
The way it would have wanted to go. Did you ring around, find its possum family, gather
really
them around?
sad.
Quick,
So-
something horrible's happened. Get its possum dad here quickly. What? Do you know what I mean?
I just wanted to get him off the road so that he wouldn't be
I
being
would
run
call
over
the
again.
police if I saw someone in stilettos carrying around a bleeding
so what I
possum.
did
I
was
would be
I-
like, there's a crazy woman on my road and she's walking around with roadkill.
Well, it did backfire because I put my hands under, and then turns out, wasn't probably the best place for me to put my hands. So I thought I'd pick him up by the tail instead.
That's not honourable.
So I picked him up, but this is where it gets really horrible, and I'm really scarred from it because I picked him up by the tail, and I think all the blood rushes to their head, and then his eyes
So sad.
and then I moved him onto the grass, and then the next day he was gone. He wasn't there, so I don't know if he was actually
He
still
got
alive.
eaten by
I
a
don't
wild
know.
dog, probably.
Well, I don't know, but now there's a big pool of blood on my street, and I think it's my fault, and I just...
Hasn't that possum been through enough? It's literally just been hit by a car, and then it's got a wildlife warrior pulling it upside down by the tail. It's like, we'll just let me die here, please.
I'd love to know, Melbourne, 13, 24, 10, what got banned in your school? Might be primary school, might be high school. I asked the question because more schools are putting a ban on chat CPT, or GPT. I think it's GPT. Look, if you don't know what chat GPT is, it's something I've been looking into now for the last couple of weeks. It's pretty wild. So it's AI technology, right? So it's like a computer program that can access any of the information on the internet, and then anyone can use it, so i.e. kids in school, and then it allows you to have human-like conversations with essentially a robot. But it's obviously we knew this technology was around, they got chatbots on the internet
Yeah, we
these
had
days.
a smart child growing up, smarter child.
Yeah, but that was very limited to what it can do. These days, it is so powerful that it can write essays. It can write... If you say, write me an email about Dog the Bounty Hunter...
Yeah, if you're a fan of that
I do that a lot.
Fox 8 television show and you wanted to email someone about it, sure.
It's hard to stress to you, though, how powerful
Yeah.
this program is.
Yeah.
It can write stories. It can code programs. So you can tell it to program a website that can do your taxes for you. It can do that. It's so powerful. But then obviously what it's being used for is kids in schools are using it to write essays and stuff like that.
We tested it and it did a radio break for us and it was actually quite good.
Yeah.
It was scarily good.
For AI, yeah.
So more and more schools, I mean, rightly so, are putting a ban on ChatGPT. If you have had something in your school banned, though, I would love to know what it is. 13, 24, 10.
Ben, for me, it wasn't as high tech as ChatGPT. I don't know if you had these at your school, Belle, but Scoobies. Do you remember Scoobies?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
I think
yeah.
because
They were a poison and kids were choking on them and
No,
stuff.
they were bindies. That's a different thing.
Okay, yep.
So yeah,
So
and
what's
also
the what's the difference?
So Scoobies were like the plastic strings
Yes.
that girls would like knit into things and put like on your bag.
Yeah.
And bindies were like little balls that would melt together in water.
That's right.
And they were
yes,
essentially
yes,
like little pingers.
Yeah.
One kid at our school actually ate a lot of bindies for a dare when they were recalled, and he had to go to the hospital and get his stomach pumped. So
Oh,
Yeah,
I suppose in a way,
Okay.
Didn't they
Wow.
recall them because they had like
They're
an
really
opioid?
bad.
They had an
Yeah.
opioid in them.
Yeah.
that's what I mean.
But not
That-
Scoobies. No, Scoobies were just such pointless. All that is in landfill now. Those
There
Scoobies.
was guys at our school with bum bags full of bindies. Mate, amateur colour bindies.
So why did you have Scoobies banned?
Oh, I think it's just because everyone was getting distracted in them, so people were making each other Scoobies in class and they weren't concentrating because obviously we didn't have smartphones and stuff. So it was just like, and then it was chewing into school time. So
Yeah.
it wasn't like there was like a dangerous thing that
Yeah,
happened.
you're
with
just
them.
chewing on
Right.
bindies and creating Scoobies.
Just eating a couple of bindies, doing some Scoobies. Life was good. What about you, Belle?
We had T-bar shoes banned. Do you guys know what T-bars are?
No.
No.
T-bars are the school shoe. They're like the black leather school shoe. Well, they can come in different colours, I guess. But black leather school shoe with the buckle on the top, with the brown,
yeah.
like the hard base.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of looks like, I guess the buckle is like a T shape.
Real private school kid shoe.
I knew, yeah,
Yeah,
is it?
that's as hard as you rebel, hey. Yeah.
Well, that's the
Sometimes
thing.
we'd roll our blazers up a little bit and wear T-bars. Crazy.
So they were banned for two reasons, and this caused a huge fuss because T-bars were the coolest shoe you could wear. Number one is girls were
You ever
wearing
seen
them.
Air Jordans?
I don't know if you've seen any cool shoes ever.
I was walking around in my lace-up Clarks. All right, these were cool.
Okay.
No, so they were banned for two reasons. Number one was girls were wearing them with the buckles undone, and so you'd walk and the shoe would just kind of fall off your foot, but it was cool.
Yeah.
And number two was you could get a pencil or a pen and stab the bottom of it and put holes in the bottom as well. I don't know
Wow.
why we're doing that, but
Make you more aerodynamic, I suppose.
All right, what got banned in your school? 13, 24, 10. Give us a buzz.
Sophie in Sandringham, what was banned at your school?
Yeah, hi guys. At my school, I think it was a pretty common one, but the way they went about it was pretty wrong. We had we weren't allowed to tie our jumpers around our waist. It was seen as like, I guess it can be seen as scruffy or like, not wearing your uniform
Yeah.
properly.
yes, no, we had the same, Sophie. We were, it got banned. You couldn't put it around your waist, but you were allowed to do the over the shoulder.
It's
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
It's funny,
Yeah.
Sophie.
We had this
Because
big assembly one day where they kind of brought us all in and said, guys, you're not allowed to do it anymore. And everyone was kind of fighting back to be why. But the reason was, quote, literally, it accentuates part of your bodies. Like, we don't want you guys to accentuate.
Shut up.
that's a bit much, isn't it?
So you went to a private school, I'm assuming, Sophie.
All girls. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I think you're in sort of Belle's realm. Like Belle went to like a really nice private school. I was sort of like a mid-rung private school in the burbs, and Ben.
I was as public as they come.
Ben, like they were just happy if you washed your trackies every few months when you came in.
Literally, that's why, like, there was no uniform. Like, as long as there was a shirt you had to wear, but as long as you could see the logo, that was all that mattered. Like, because they had to know, because kids used to swap schools. So, like, as long as they knew what school. So, as long as you. So, they needed to
Why
see.
would you swap school?
I don't know, these kids would be, like, sneaking to other schools, just, like, sit in their classes. So, as long as you could see, like, the school logo so they knew what school you were from.
Yeah, that's why it's so funny watching Ben's face when you're like, we weren't allowed to tie jumpers. His mind is exploding. He's like, are you for real? Like, I used to just go to a different school. I don't even know what school I went to. I just roamed across 4 campuses.
And then didn't even last past year 10.
Even calling it a campus is wild. Sammy joins us now. Good morning, Sammy. What was banned in your school?
Morning, guys. So I've been a teacher at a primary school, and we actually a couple of years ago just banned Pokemon cards because like the older kids were trading with the younger kids, and they were coming into the classroom crying after lunch and everything.
Because that's the thing, Sammy. The older kids would know their way around the good cards.
Yeah.
And they'd probably be able to photocopy them and like give them to the younger kids and like, hey,
Yeah, the kids
get
were
some
all
money
about,
from mum's purse.
quantity too, so they'd trade like a really good card for lots of other little cards. and
Yeah.
stuff.
I actually traded my first iPod for a T-shirt from one of the older guys at school, and my mum like was ropeable. And she was like, "You get it back," and I'm like, "I'm pretty sure he's not going to give it back to me."
Actually, just right now, I'm going to bookmark this for tomorrow, the next day. Let's do bad trades.
Actually, you know what? I've got one from the playground as well.
Yeah. All right. Save it for tomorrow when we do bad trades.
Ben, I've been meaning to ask you, how'd your haircut go?
Interesting. So, for context, people that don't know, we take our haircuts pretty seriously in terms of...
You do.
Not because we care about our appearance, more so we just respect a good barber.
Ben and I had the same barber back when we were living in Adelaide, and we sort of synced up. So, like, every, 5 weeks, we were sort of... It just so happened we were sort of going at the same time.
Oh, I knew, because it would get to, midday.
Well,
and
I
you'd both
remember,
go, we've got a haircut, we've got to go. And you go out at the same time with your backpacks on, off to your haircut.
Well, we like to hang out, and they would give us beers there, and we liked the barbers.
Yeah.
I remember the day before your wedding, Ben, we both went in for a clean-up.
I feel like I knew my barber better than Liam.
Well,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
You sort of like every time you're in there, they're talking for an hour. So that's one of the things. Like when you're moving to a new place, we're new in Melbourne, so we've got to find a new one. So we said we'd start going to different barbers in different areas. So I went to one in South Melbourne. You went to one.
I went to one in Camberwell.
And we're sort of just going to like try these different barbers until we find the right place for us, and then we'll sync the calendars up again.
So I went to the barber, and it was a weird experience because the guy said, what do you want? And I told him just shorten the sides and kind of neaten the top up a bit. That was the last
Isn't
thing we
that
said.
every guy's haircut?
Yes. And that was the last word that was said until payment. So
Wow.
he didn't speak at all, which, to be honest, I liked. I didn't, and the basketball was on the TV. They had music playing. So
Did you get a beer?
I got a beer, so I didn't mind the whole experience.
See, I hated mine. I had the same thing, but I'm a talkative. I don't like when the ball drops. I like talking the entire time. Otherwise, I'm very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't know. I'm assuming if your barber wasn't talking, Ben, you wouldn't have been talking either. You just would have said, okay, well, this is what we're doing now. We'll just watch the basketball. Whereas my guy wasn't talking, and I was thinking, geez, I got to crack this guy soon. So I was clearly throwing things out there. Like, I was like, this is my first haircut in Melbourne. I literally said that. Because
What did
I
he
was
say?
hoping...
Cool.
Yeah, no, he went, cool. And I was like, ask me where I'm from, you rude man.
See, you guys think that's bad. You should try getting as a woman, I like to be waxed fully.
Oh,
So
right.
you should try having an hour-long wax and try to make conversation.
Well,
with
of
that.
course.
Oh, boy.
I mean, that's almost like you'd maybe just want to just not talk and pretend not to see each other,
No,
right?
then it's really awkward. But especially
Okay,
if you
so
go to the
you've gotta
same
keep the
person
chat
over
up.
and over, and I've seen her for 2 years straight. I'm like, what are we talking? The other day, I was with her, and we started talking about like the difference between Australia and New Zealand, and one of the best
Yeah.
places. I
So
was
you-
like, how
you're-
do we get onto this?
Belle's in there with her ankles around her ears going, this is my first at wax in Melbourne. She's going, cool. Okay.
See,
I feel awful. I feel like I ruined someone's big moment. I was emceeing a mate's wedding over the weekend, Ben and Belle. And last minute, I got lugged with the music. The groom said, you're cool with the music, yeah? And I was like, what music? Like,
as in you were asked to DJ.
no, not for the party bit. For like the even more important job, the big one. Like I was responsible for playing the music when the bride walks down the aisle, which is something you want to sort of mentally prepare for. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
And they said, just make sure you get a seat near the Bluetooth speaker that's playing the song. And I said, yeah, no worries. I was off talking for a while. Unfortunately, when I got back, when it was sort of, they said, take your seats, all those seats were taken. So I had to get a seat on the complete other side of the wedding. So
You couldn't kick Nana off her chair?
No,
Well, I was going to
couldn't.
say, I feel like you could just go up to someone and be like, oh, I've actually got to play the music, you
Well,
need to move. But
I don't
that's
know.
so you, just to be like, well, I guess I'm on the other side of
Well,
the room.
also, I didn't know. Like, it could, you know what I mean? Like, what if it's their auntie or it's like obviously they need good seats.
Yeah,
up
you've
the
got
front.
a job.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I walked over. I played the music off the celebrant's phone. Beautiful song, just an Elvis cover. And then I was like, oh, all calm. You know, it's like really not that hard. All I had to do was just press play. And I think I nailed the timing. I got a little thumbs up and it was like, time to go. Everyone was ready. And, I walked back to my seat calmly, and the music's playing as the bride entered, and everyone, you hear that little audible gasp. And, the music started fading as the father of the bride handed his daughter to the groom. Not a dry eye in the house at that point. Everyone's very emotional. And at this point, Spotify rolled into the next song. Hall & Oates started blaring on the Bluetooth speaker as I clambered across I had to run across the other side of the room and pull the aux cord out. Oh my God, I'm
That
so
was a good
sorry.
bit.
I know. I had to pull. I literally was like, and because it was like the celebrant's phones, it was her code. So I was like, picking the phone up, I was like, just pulled the cord out, and it was like so clear that the moment was just cooked because I was like, awesome. And I didn't think of like, course, it's just going to roll into the next song. So I think that was kind of why I needed to be next to it to be like, and now fade the music down.
That's why you get a professional when you don't ask the MC.
Well,
That's why you kick Nana off her chair.
yeah. Well, it would have been. I would have got it quicker if I wasn't like, over the other side of the room. Did you ruin the big moment? Maybe it wasn't a wedding. Maybe it was something else. But it was all on your shoulders, and you cooked it. 13, 24, 10. Van joins us now in Oakley. You ruined the big moment.
I did. I was in charge of the music, and I was told that I'll get a cue for when to press play, and I got confused because the bridesmaids were coming down, and I thought that was the cue. So I started the music, which meant I started a little bit early. So by the time the bride was halfway down the aisle, the music completely stopped and had finished, and she had walked down the rest of the way in complete silence.
Oh.
Which, like, it's fine. Like, no one there's like, oh, the wedding's ruined. But I would imagine you would feel guilty, and obviously the bride's going, "It's not having a rehearse." Like,
You should have like a 20-minute long song just as a backup, just as a safety net to go.
Van, did the bride ever talk to you about that, or was it just kind of swept under the rug?
I just sort of pivoted and deflected on someone else, but she was pretty cool about it, but it felt like a real mic drop moment.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that, though, Van, because I also had the thumbs up cue, but I also went a little early because 30 seconds into the song, I saw the little thumb come out of and I thought, oh, Christ, I've already started playing it. But the song was long enough that it was still playing when they got up to the altar.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Hall & Oates played after that, though. That was the only thing.
Did you ruin the big moment? 13, 24, 10. Give us a buzz.
We've recently in my family had a baby born. My cousin has just had his first child.
Beautiful.
And but his sister, my other cousin, she secretly knew the name of the baby before she was born. She got told. And then the big moment of like the day of the birth, and then she yelled out in front of everyone, "But how's baby Zoe going?" And I was like,
So they didn't
hang on.
get to tell.
They didn't get to announce the name, and then she went, "Oh, I mean, the baby. What?"
She's rocking up to the gender reveal going, where should I put all these blue streamers? For little Chris.
13, 24, 10. Did you ruin the big moment?
We do have a call now from Vince in Sunbury. You ruined the big moment?
Good morning. Yes, I did ruin the big moment.
Oh, no.
Tell us about it, Vince.
Yes, it was our first grandchild first birthday, and I was in charge of taking the video. My sister asked me to take the video for it, and as we were watching it, we got the family together the next day for a big gathering. We all sat down, we all had dinner. Then it was time to watch the video, and as we watched the video, it was all taped upside down.
Aww.
I suppose you
I
could
had the camera upside down.
you can just flip the TV over. We've also got the technology now to flip that. At least you didn't have the cap on the front. Also, like, what an interesting family where you have a function and the next day, hey, we had great fun at Grandpa's 80th yesterday. Come over, we'll have some chips. We'll watch it on the TV and do it all again. Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye from the Avengers. I'm not really into those films, but he's like the best one right there.
Out of all the Avengers, he's by far the weakest.
Yeah.
Actually.
What's his skill? He's just good at shooting bow
He's
and
really
arrows.
good at shooting bow and arrow.
He's like the only one who hasn't had his own movie, right? Like,
Yeah.
in the Marvel world, they all have like at least 3 films. Even what's his name? Wasp Man, Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Ant-Man's onto his like 3rd film. I saw a trailer for the other day. How
Don't they all
boring.
have superpowers? He doesn't have a superpower.
Yeah, he's just really good at shooting bow and arrow.
It's like an everyday thing you can be good at. yeah. Like I'm sure, like if you got gold at the Olympics for archery, you pretty much have Hawkeye's skill. You know, it's not like he's got laser eyes or he can fly or go invisible. But anyway, at the start of the year, he did have a horrible accident. He was run over by his 6.35 ton piston bully snow groomer.
Yeah, all he had was his bow and arrow. He couldn't protect himself.
If he had super strength, he'd be okay. But no, he's going to make a full recovery. But here's the update. It's been revealed he broke 30 bones in the accident. 30 bones, one hit.
A lot of them would be very small, though. He's
yeah,
probably
I
counting
suppose so.
all the fractures
All
and
the
everything.
fingers,
yes.
the phalanges and whatnot. Still, I think it's pretty serious. I mean, 6.35 ton machine rolling on you. It's really a miracle that he's still alive. But we wanted to ask the question this morning, 13, 24, 10. How many bones did you break? I've broken one in my life, like my fingers a bit.
Ew, yeah, that's right. Yeah, your
It's just-
fingers are wonky.
Yeah, under 15s. Yeah, Carlo Labrino nicked my
So
finger.
we're doing how many bones did you break in one go?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
In one
yeah. I
sitting.
don't care if you broke your toe and then did your arm when you were a kid. Like that's not that exciting. But if in like one hit, if you broke a few bones,
I've broken my collarbone, and that was it. But I was trying to do handstands
Often the
on
way.
grass as well, and just fell onto my collarbone, which is very inconvenient.
I don't know if we'll accept one bone. But have you?
It
have
needs
you-
to- yeah, it needs
it
to be
needs to be
more.
multiple bones. Have you broken multiple bones at a time? Ben?
Never broken multiple, only broken my wrist.
Well, this is going to
Okay.
go well.
All right. Rob from Hoppers Crossing. How many bones, mate?
4 ribs from a fall from about 2.5 metres. About 2 years ago, fell straight onto a drawbar.
Oh, for bull bar?
A drawbar on a trailer, so the 2 bars that lead up to
yeah.
hooked onto. And because we were being lazy, didn't want to get the scissor lift back off the trailer. We'd already packed up. And yeah, it was in the middle of COVID, so when that happened, I went to the hospital the first time. They put me in this separate room and thought I had COVID, but I was in serious pain, told them what I'd done. And then I sat there on the Saturday waiting for someone. Then I was too much pain, went home. Then I went back there on the Sunday. And finally, after X amount of hours, someone come and saw me.
Oh, mate.
Surely you didn't sleep that night, Rob, with 4 broken ribs.
I actually went to work the next day.
Good man.
Yeah,
No,
honest.
that's not a good man.
Honest.
Oh, well,
No.
job's got to get done somehow.
All right, 4 broken
Wow.
ribs. That's a good start, Rob.
Can we beat 4? Craig in Cooey Rub. How many bones?
13.
13.
Gee whiz. That's getting close to Renault numbers.
What happened?
Yeah, no, I had a road bike accident on Edisvale Road in 2008.
Road bike accident. Well, how fast were you going?
I can't remember the day because that was, it was a bit of a brain injury as well. So
Jeez,
Which
Craig.
bones did you break, Craig? What are we talking?
broke my back in 5 places,
Whoa.
5 broken ribs, 2 punctured lungs, and broke my neck in 2 places. Oh my God.
Craig.
And you're here to tell the tale, Craig.
Yeah, remarkable you're able to call us to tell us the story.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was in a coma for 3.5 weeks, and then I was lucky I was 18 at the time, so I was able to bounce back to a degree.
Do when you're in the coma, do you remember anything from the coma?
Nah, nothing from the coma. I woke up. What was it, like a month and a half later, and I was in the rehabilitation centre in Springvale.
Wow.
Great.
I have so many
Craig.
questions, though, about
Yeah.
waking up and all of that. That's a whole topic for another time, I guess.
Jared in the basin. Mate, how many bones did you break?
How you going, guys? It was 22.
22 bones.
Yeah.
What are we talking?
So back when I was 15, I'm 29 now, and I was on my bike in school holidays, and fell off my bike and fractured 22 bones in my face.
In your face?
In your face.
I didn't even know there was 22 bones in your face.
So, no, so there were just multiple fractures all around the right-hand side of my face.
So, did you land like on the road on your face or on a part of the bike?
No, so I was at the BMX track and I over-jumped the jump and went head first into another one and woke up in hospital.
And what? So when you say your face, like that's your skull, I guess. You just had like hairline fractures all throughout your skull.
Yeah, all around. So I fractured all my cheekbone, nose, eye socket, jaw, ripped out some of my teeth, ripped off like inside of my lips.
Jared, do you look different now?
No, I wouldn't say so, no. The surgeons did a very good job.
Because I'd be going for a bit of a redo myself if I broke 22. I'd be like, since you're there, can we shave a little bit off the nose and maybe do a little bit on the chin here?
On Friday, you absolutely could not escape the videos everywhere online of the giant seal who ran amok in Point Lonsdale.
Like, you've seen seals, but this seal was huge.
I'm not an expert on marine animals, but I thought it was a walrus. It was that big.
Big, like, and it made its way like all the way up the road.
Totally, the way that he bounced along the road, it was beautiful. He, like I said, he caused absolute havoc. He was smashing windows at the local servo. His name is apparently Henry, which I think kind of matches the vibe. And he was coaxed back into the water from Wildlife Victoria, back into Port Phillip Bay. He's all good now, we think. We hope.
Young Neo, his parents managed the BP in Port Lonsdale that did get savagely smashed up by the giant seal. Neo, what's the damage looking like, mate? What have you been left with at the BP?
So, one smashed window and one cracked window.
And it's being said that he smashed this because he saw his own reflection. Were you guys just standing out the front watching him, or what were you doing?
We were in Geelong shopping when we got the news. We didn't see it, sadly.
Yeah, right. And does he come past often, Neo?
No, not often. This is the first time I've seen him.
So, Neo, when you got back, did you see him in person and were you scared?
No, I didn't see him in person, but I did see him in person before he smashed up
Right.
the servo.
Yeah, right. And so you say it was for the reflection. Are you sure it's not because the seal saw the fuel prices at the moment? $1.89 stuff that maybe someone behind the BP was like, would you like a Chiquito chocolate with that for $5?
Neo, your parents haven't crossed the seal, have they?
Yeah.
I think they have. Only my mum has seen it, but I don't think my dad has.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but your parents don't have any beef with the seal. They don't. He's not like
No.
it's not like a targeted thing, right? It was just a random attack.
Nah, hopefully not.
Yeah. All right. And Neo, have they got you doing security after school now? Are you keeping a watchful eye on the shop out the front?
Yeah.
Yeah, good on you, mate. Yeah, well, I certainly wouldn't mess with the Port Lonsdale BP anytime soon.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for
Yeah.
joining us, mate. And have you got the windows replaced yet?
We have boarded up the smashed one, but we've covered the cracked one.
Yeah,
by,
Yeah, nice.
From seal.
All right, well, let's hope no one listening wants to, get their grubby little hands onto something in your servo that they can access. And Neo, thanks so much for joining us, and I'm glad that, that was the only damage that was done.
Thanks, Neo.
I mean, I wasn't thinking about stealing from there, but now I feel like you planted the seed now, Belle, that's for sure.
I must be honest, I thought we were going to be speaking to like the owner of the BP, but we got Neo, who was the owner's kid. Could you imagine being 12 years old, getting thrown on the radio to talk about your parents' shop being attacked by a
How's the
seal?
insurance, Neo? What cover did you have?
Math is actually starting in the next 15 minutes. Like, I'm probably going to go, guys.
What's trending?
Trending all over the internet. Twitter.
Instagram.
Welcome to Facebook.
Well, Kanye West might be coming to Melbourne.
I gotta testify. Come up in the spot looking extra
Kanye on a tram, just knocking about.
He might be coming to Melbourne to meet Bianca Sensori's family, the Melburnian that he just married a few weeks ago. She grew up in Ivanhoe, and he is said to be going there to meet her family and hang out there for a bit.
I can't help but feel I'd be a lot more excited about this without all that anti-Semitic stuff.
Yeah. If it was a few years ago, great.
Do you know what I mean? Like, Yeah, if we rewinded 5 years back, it'd be like, oh my God, Kanye. But now, like, it's kind of like, oh, cool, he's with someone from Melbourne, but I'm like,
Do you reckon when he's doing the customs forms, it just says, like, you know, do you have over $10,000 worth of cash? Are you a Nazi?
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be like, yes.
maybe, yeah. Maybe they actually won't let him in. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. And staying in the kind of Kardashian world, a year after his birth, Kylie Jenner has finally revealed the name of her son.
Hang on, so we didn't know what the son was called?
No, so he was born last February, and if you remember, he was named Wolf at the start. And she said, oh, this is Wolf, big announcement. And then she retracted it and
that's
said, actually,
right.
no.
And there was that influencer from Australia, Tammy Hembrow or something.
Yes.
She was like, you stole my baby's name.
So she was accusing Kylie, of stealing the
Yeah,
name Wolf.
that's
But
right.
Kylie always said, oh, no, it just didn't match his personality, which I was like, well, he's a week old. I don't know what he's... Oh, he's not a wolf. That's weird. So now he is named Air. Spelt A-I-R-E. People online were going, you know, is it air or airy or what is it? Yeah, it's air.
Air's not bad. I think you have to be like rich or American to use that though. Like it's not going to work when all the bogan Aussies start going, yeah, oh yeah, get ready for school. You know what I mean?
And finally, Ryan Gosling closed down the Sydney Harbour Bridge for 7 hours yesterday.
You would be furious if that was your normal route to get to work or home.
Yeah, it wasn't him just standing in the middle of the bridge stopping everybody. It was shut down for 7 hours to film the Fall Guy film. So filming that from 3 a.m. they started filming till 10 a.m., which is kind of nice, but, you know, also during peak hour. Well, it was a Sunday, so I guess it's okay. But it was him up on, like, the back of a truck and filming all these shots just over the bridge.
Get it. Like, what? I mean, you can green screen these days. They don't let
That's true.
They don't let King Kong rip the actual Empire State. You know what I mean? Like they just do it in post.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.